We are in to game number 2, everybody. This is our lobby.
Ooh,
I,
Galio. I like
it's
this.
real quick. This is that one again. I'm surprised it got let through. Like we're already past the point where it can change, but that is a Billy Harold special. I've known Billy for years and years and years, and I know that he's a big fan of this champion.
Well, they took down the early cooldown on his Q, so he can trade a lot better and push the lanes a lot better. I really like it too. I think it's good. I played a game of Galio the other day, and it felt really good playing him with being able to cast your Q a little bit more. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna bring with Galio.
What else I like is the pick into it. I think Vex is very good because Galio has to get close to land the full combo, right? So if you go and engage and get feared away from landing the combo, it's going to work out really well for the Vex. Probably won't be able to get the solo kill because of the durability and the magic damage shield, but it's at least something.
I actually played this matchup like 2 days ago, and
Really?
Galio, like every time I would go to cast my ability, he would just throw the Q at me and he would just out trade me. Just the base damage on that Q early just does more damage if both of the parts of it hit you, and he could out trade you. So I had to be really good about like make sure casting and moving so I wouldn't get hit with that end part and take all the extra damage. And even though you like have the fear and the shield, he can still get in there on you and put enough damage on you to make you not want to take those type of trades.
All right.
You have to be really careful early with Vex on him and so you don't get behind.
I think that there was a mistake in the draft because what we're seeing on the red side is Don't Gank Bot. All right, so we have Legolanders on blue side on the left, and then Don't Gank Bot red on the right. Fiora, I looked through the OPGGs, and the first note I wrote down for Don't Gank Bot is ban Fiora. It's insane when you look at the amount of games played and the win rate and everything. This is going to be a problem.
I mean, maybe Amazing Pasta has a pick. Doesn't mind to bring into the Fiora.
You would have to assume so, right? Because otherwise, why would you let it through? It's just, I don't know. I think I think it was a mistake, personally.
Yeah,
I'm excited though.
It's nice not to let people get on their best champs if you can.
Okay, I do like the Renekton though. Renekton into Fiora is a good one. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell when to riposte because the Ruthless Predator is it's an auto attack, and so there's not a lot of setup to be able to see that to time it and shoot it back at it.
Yeah,
So,
you gotta really
I like
listen for the sound and see like the glow that goes around him. It's hard to hear, but there is like a sound and a glow when he's going to use it. But it's really hard if the Renekton doesn't go in and immediately use it and waits and maybe just does some regular autos. I've seen the matchup before of a Renekton player, and he would go in and just mind game the Fiora to like not do the stun at the exact same time every time.
Right.
And that's how he was able to win the matchup. But if the Fiora gets that stun back on you, she could really out-trade you.
Absolutely.
Because you get the attack speed slow, you can't move, she just dances around you and hits the vital points.
The other important thing about that is Renekton builds health, right? He builds Black Cleaver, he builds Sterak's Gauge, all these HP items, and so the true damage from the vitals is the damage is gonna ramp up because you're just adding more health, and that's what his ultimate gives him too, is just more health, and so it's tough.
Not much you can do against Fiora's ult, even if you're a tank. It does just pure health % damage, so true damage, I should say.
We'll get into matchups real quick, but I just want to throw this out here, and feel free to disagree with me in chat, but also please agree with me that % max health true damage needs to not be a thing. Because that's what true damage is, right? The way to beat true damage is to have health, and so when you negate the whole purpose of it existing, then it's a worthless stat.
Well, it helps against some of her damage. I mean, if her ult's not up, she can't do as much damage to you. She kind of if you're a big tank, she really needs her ult to be able to melt you down, because it's situational when she gets to use it. So that's kind of how she's balanced around.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you can hit the vital points and dance around, but the ult just does so much more damage that, I mean, and that's, I don't know. I have two minds of that. I kind of feel like sometimes it isn't great, but if you keep it balanced, that it's all right. But
yeah, I think there are too many sources of it, but I won't go fully down that path. We'll start a podcast about things like that, and we'll use it as another form of entertainment on our channels and things. But until then, we got the lovers duo in the bottom lane. The Xayah Rakan locked in there over for don't gank bot. Do you think they should gank bot because of it?
yeah, definitely. You should still gank bot.
And I got it wrong. It's not the lovers duo, it's the lovers lane. That way we get the alliteration in there. And
yeah,
I love that combo. Ever since Xayah and Rakan were released, I think that they have been a wonderful combo to see. Just the interactions between the two champions, not just the back, but the fact that Rakan gains the W from Xayah, and he gets the extended leap range and such. It's so much fun to see them.
It's balanced well enough that nobody feels it's overpowered.
Yes.
Right? Like there's a little bit of a power gain when them two are in the same lane or the same game, but you don't feel like you're being cheated.
And I like
oh, Rakan can be on the other side of the map and dash back to Xayah or something like that.
It really feels like it sometimes, right? Because it is a significant difference.
Yeah.
But it's not.
But it feels fair.
It does.
Which there are some things in the game that maybe are fair, but they don't feel fair.
Right. And you and I were kind of talking about that earlier, and when we get in between games again, we can talk about that. But I do really like things that, like you say, feel fair, right? Because that's all we're looking for, right? We're trying to play a game, have a good time, so you want it to feel good on either side of the exchange.
Yeah. It's like Yone has a low win rate, right? He's not really, you would say, is a great champ. He's got like a 47% win rate, but he doesn't feel fair with his E.
Yeah. It's so
and I
bad.
think that's his biggest problem with his kit, is the E gives him move speed. I think if it didn't give him move speed, he would feel a lot more fair, because he can outrun you and chase you down across the map, right? So it's like, well, run away from him. Well, he just runs you down. And
right.
He's from one tower to the next, he runs so fast. I think if they were to adjust him, to make him feel more fair, you would take the move speed out of that, and I think he would feel a lot better playing against.
What about the crowd control stopping when he first casts it?
The crowd control stopping?
Yeah, when you first cast Soul Unbound, you become immune to knockbacks and such. It was even in an LCS game, I think it was the semifinals or something, an Azir wall was cast at the Yone, and he just eat through it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that could probably make him feel more fair too, but I mean, all this stuff you'd have to test, because it could make him, a 30% win rate champ if you change something like that. So
yeah, it's true. But what else is true? Go ahead, I interrupted you.
What else is true? The game has started.
Ah, yes, that was exactly what I was going to say. Welcome to game number 2, everybody. Team Legolanders versus Don't Gank Bot. I'm very excited for this. I think that the matchup is going to be a lot of fun. These teams both had a loss on their first game, and so they have something to prove, something to bring in. But we also need to recognize that Legolanders has a distinct disadvantage, because this is not their true roster. They had to get some subs last minute, and I think that it's okay, right? Because we're in and we're having a good time, just putting on a show. But we do need to remember that when the teams come back and play in January 13th, don't forget, and we need to take that into account when we're watching and when we're rooting and all of that kind of stuff.
Yes, we do. So, first Nocturne ult, where do you think he should go, based if the game's even?
The game is...
Like, all lanes are even, no one's ahead.
Top.
Top?
Absolutely. Just the interactions we already talked about between the Fiora and Renekton. He can only stun one of you, and if he tries to put it onto the Fiora, it might get countered. If he tries to put it on the Nocturne, it might get countered. It's the way to go.
Man, Fiora has like one of the strongest level ones.
Yeah, it's super strong. Speaking of level 1, that's all they have on the bottom side as Ostazoid goes in. Oh, Amazing Pasta's in some real trouble. Levels up just in time to not take... Wow!
Yeah, you've got to really respect that Fiora level 1 if you're a melee champ. You pretty much just have to concede level 2 to her and let her push in. Unless you're another early bully that can bully her. I mean, Renekton is a bully, but he really needs to get level 3 before he can really start bullying.
Yeah.
In this matchup, he needs the full use of his kit.
Okay. I am having some internet problems, everybody, so pardon me for a moment while I reconnect.
It's a conspiracy.
It might be. No one wants to see what's going on from my perspective.
Yeah, even though bottom lane got that early level 2, it looks like they pretty much evened it out. The CS is the same.
Another engage here. Ignite is down. Ostazoid is able to jump, but flashes are in. First blood on Please no e-girl support. But now we're in some trouble here. Candy Bar might be down, and there it is. 2 kills on the bottom side for Team Legolanders.
That is a huge play in the bot lane to get that double kill. Man, that's gonna make it rough for the bot lane. Support and the ADC both got a kill, and Seraphine, she can be pretty spooky once she hits level 6. She has a really good amount of CC that she can just layer over top, and it goes further. The more champions it hits, it goes even further. So you can technically clear across the map and hit everybody in a corridor. So I definitely think Nocturne's gonna want to be going bot now to make sure that lane doesn't snowball.
Yeah, I think when we're talking about if the lanes are even, I stand by it, but you're exactly right. Damage down onto Illusory. Billy doing actually a decent trade there.
Yeah, see that Q trade that just hit?
Yeah.
It was pretty rough when I played it.
And there we go. This is exactly what we were thinking we would see, right? Amazing Pasta is doing great. He's able to hold on his cooldowns, not get stuck with the riposte stun, and keeping, he's down 10 CS. That's only 2 waves, but he's alive. And when you watch and listen to the YouTubers, they say that rule number 1 is don't die.
Yeah. If you're gonna go down on anything, go down on gold. You need to keep your levels. Like, levels are super important. So make sure you stay alive, get your levels.
Right, we have Just here on the Kindred, trying to set up a lane gank, but the wave is in a state where he could not move forward.
Yeah, I think they might have seen Kindred. It looked like Just got a little too close, and they might have actually seen it, and that's why they backed up so quickly.
Well, and that's exactly what you're looking for out of these guys. And their awareness. Just like this, Amazing Pasta is keeping an eye out for that Nocturne, staying even in the levels, and just playing safe. Like that move. Alright, that's level 6 on Mother Goose.
Was that a flash?
No, it was a riposte.
Oh, okay. It looked weird because of the spectator. It looked like she flashed.
And that's exactly it. We saw just how much damage Amazing Pasta was able to do there. Once the riposte was gone, he just walked up and bashed her in the face. And that's what we're looking for in these types of matchups, right? Even against champions on whom they are very comfortable, these players need to understand the matchups themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, Renekton just needs to slow push this, get as much gold as he can, get all the experience he can, and then, get back to base after it hits the tower and come back. Because...
Oh, we have our first big engage here. Double crowd control down onto Sentient. He goes down, and a beautiful roam from Illusory Gaming. That was very well played.
Yeah, that was a really nice engage. Bottom lane is not level 6 yet, so there was no Ash Arrow to help maybe get him out. Took advantage of no summoners, was able to come in and get that kill.
And
that really evens up the bot lane again as far as ADCs goes, so that's what they needed. They needed some help down there.
And I think that it could be considered a mistake that the Galio didn't follow. With the heroic entrance with such large range, you might be able to make a difference there. But
As
instead he
fast
gets
as
the
the
push.
play
in the middle.
went, he probably would have had to have already been in position to go, and because it does take time to travel and get
That's
down there. So
That's
I think probably just a little slow on the rotation, or thought that the illusionary gaming went back.
And that's also very possible. But now, taking a look at our game, we are at a 500 gold difference, 2 kills to 1, another engage here from Ostazoid. Nethermorn is down here, still not level 6. There are no flashes for the side of Legolanders on the bottom side, so they just back out and they make it worth it.
And Nocturne is going to be hitting 6 pretty soon here, so you're really going to have to change kind of your aggression in the bot lane or any of the lanes. Because they all have CC in every lane that it's going to really aid. I mean, top lane, not so much, but you can get a slow that'll help Nocturne get in there with the riposte. But mid and bot lane have really good CC to aid Nocturne in an engage.
Speaking of engage, they have Nethermorn on the bottom side going in onto Sentient AT again. That is another kill. Candy Bar gets that one underneath the turret. He's going to run away. Up on top side, there was another fight as well, but don't gank bot. They come out ahead on that trade, but Galio is here. What comes next?
I don't think there's anything here. I think Galio's just coming down to try to make sure they don't shove or re-engage under the turret.
Speaking of engage under the turret, Amazing Pasta has to be careful. He still has Dominus available. I like that he's waited. He needs to cast it probably right about now. Oh, he doesn't get it off. Mother Goose dives underneath the turret. Billy Harold is here. He jumps in, almost lands the E. Does not get the taunt either, but it was a nice attempt. I think Amazing Pasta was trying too hard to save that ultimate. He had to cast that a second early.
Did Mother Goose riposte in when he went for the stun? I thought he might have timed it and actually got the stun blocked with the riposte. It was hard to tell, but if Mother Goose did do that, it was really good timing on that.
Absolutely. A beautiful dive. And Don't Gank
Yeah.
Bot are definitely ahead here. Only the 500, but I think in terms of pressure, they're doing a lot better.
Yeah, and Fiora has a huge lead in CS and now has the kill. I don't think Renekton can really play the lane anymore. He's going to have to play extremely safe right now and maybe hope get a gank at some point in time. They are securing Dragon now, which is good. But I think Renekton's in big trouble at this point in time. He can't really fight the Fiora unless he gets some help.
A little bit of help there will be that Ocean Drake. That'll help a lot.
Yeah. First Ocean Drake is really good. It really helps you sustain in lane.
I don't know about this flash here, but Amazing Pasta is on the roam. Wasn't able to land the taunt. Ash Arrow goes up and it'll hit the... Oh, barely misses the Fiora. Holy crap, that was close. I was watching that on the minimap.
I do like to see when Ash players are watching the map like that and fire those arrows, because every once in a while you get one to hit and it turns a fight around for your team. So really good map awareness by Sentient AI.
And another fight here on the bottom side. The engage goes in, but it doesn't amount to anything. But neither did the fight on top. Mother Goose uses the Grand Challenge. Doesn't even burn the Dominus off of Amazing Pasta. In goes the fight, onto the Renekton. He needs to cast his ultimate. Where's the Dominus? I think he casts it right there, and it goes down.
Yeah, he's got to let that lane push more. You can't really walk up and get CS at this point, or you die. You've got to let it push to you. Try to freeze it right in front of your tower the best you can. If you're going to trade any health, you want to trade it there and try to get a freeze, and then it might make it easier for your jungler to come up and get the kill on Mother Goose while Fiora's overextended there. But you really have to play safe at this point. You're down in levels, you're down in gold, and Fiora is a really good scaling champ. And yeah, I mean, it sucks because you want to be able to fight, but you can't at this point. You've got to really just swallow that pride and be like, all right, I got to sit back and wait now.
Yeah, and now we're at a 30 CS difference there up in the top side. So Fiora is I said it all the way in champs, like, this is going to be a problem.
Yeah. And I
think that. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's really good that Netherborn is going up top and getting her head. That's probably their win condition. With how good you said Mother Goose is at Fiora, so putting the resources up there to get her to just be a giant snowball to where no one can handle her, in a 1v1 situation, is really gonna help them be able to split the map and get multiple people to go top and take objectives while they're trying to slow her down.
Righty.
What do you think? Oh, sorry, I was gonna ask you a question now. Where do you think the best place is to use that Rift Herald? Like, what's gonna get them back in the game? Do you think?
They had some sort of advantage in the bottom for the first little bit. I think that's an okay place. But mid lane will open the map a little bit. If you can get your Galio moving into the river a little more, then his ultimates can be more effective. The range does increase the higher the level it is. He's almost level 11, making it a much more effective ability. But I like that idea. If you can crack mid, I think that would be good.
Yeah, I think it'd be nice to see like an Ashe arrow layered in with that Galio ult and just try to blow somebody up during all the CC and then take that advantage to take something else on the
Just might be in some trouble. Do we see the Lamb's Respite? One jump over the wall and Mother Goose has it. Nice save of the ultimate. Just does just enough. Ashe arrow.
Almost
again.
Oh
my gosh, it's so close. All right, do we see the engage? I see 3 members of Legolanders up on the top side. I think they disengage here. Amazing Pasta has to be careful. With that going, Netherborn, what do we see?
Still has the Dominus.
Oh, no! He ulted. He ulted just too late. But just has arrived. He is healthier. Mother Goose might be the target. Jumps in. Dodging out. Oh, but he doesn't get the stun. Mother Goose wins the mind game there. A nice wrap around there from Billy Herald. He's going to fight a little bit. Feared by the Vex. And will go down. Justice isn't able to save him. Double kill. That's 4 now for Mother Goose on the Fiora.
Yeah, I think you've got to put all your eggs in the bottom lane at this point. That's the only lane that...
Engage here. Ostazoid is ignited. Beautiful ult from Lissno E-Girl. Ignite again, flash, and Legolanders are able to save that bot fight. Very well done.
And the plates have expired, so they didn't get a chance to use that Rift Herald to get some gold back into the team there. Feels pretty bad, but bot lane's still in an alright state right now. They're keeping up in CS. They're only down a kill. I think this is where you've got to focus is on your bot lane here. Because you need Ashe to be strong enough to just carry these fights. Renekton's still a meatball. He can still take damage while Ashe does a lot of her damage.
Oh my gosh, there's so much going on right now. I wanted to see the double marksman plus Seraphine really take the turret, but instead we do have the teleport from Mother Goose, and mid lane another kill going over to Don't Gank Bot. That was the Netherborn fight against Billy Herald. And that sets them up perfectly to take their first Drake of the game.
Yeah, this should be a free dragon. There's no way anyone's going to be able to contest this with having their mid laner dead. Haven't seen how many marks Kindred has, because that is also a win condition if Kindred can get enough marks. Got to get those first 4 to get that break point where you get the extra range, and that's really where she gains a lot of power, is that first 4. And then after that, it's 3 marks for every break point. So it looks like we do not have a mark yet on her.
No, and we can tell that from the kill participation, right? 0-0-0, and the first didn't even get the Scuttle Crabs, unfortunately. I thought that one's pretty easy to get if you get your team in the right spot, but it's marked on the Scuttle Crab now. We might see our first mark.
Yeah, Fiora just took the Scuttle Crab, so that one's gone.
Dude.
So, I mean, the best thing to do now is where the next one's going to spawn is going to be in the bot side. That's where it should go anyway, and you probably want a position to get that right when it comes up.
Okay, and that was another mind game loss there. Amazing Pasta is going to go down. That's 5-0 for the Fiora.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Fiora is just... I think all 3 times she's posted the stun, it's worked.
Here comes the engage down onto the Ashe. That's a kill. Charm underneath the turret, but it won't matter. Please, E-Girl. will go down. Candy Bar on a killing spree now, but takes too much turret aggro.
Oh no!
Ooh.
No one got any damage onto Candy Bar. Oh, that feels bad. You think you're gonna get one back, you're gonna trade like, at least one back, and you didn't get any damage.
And especially because of that bounty that's available. Just has the red buff slow, burns the flash off Illusory Gaming, but it's not enough. Astrozoid, ooh, nice juke out. Big fight in the middle lane, 3 on 2. Just is going to be able to save it with Billy Harold while the teams converge. Nethermorn finds him. Do we see Lamb's Respite? It does go down, saving him just in time. Nethermorn is going to be running out. Sentient is on the chase. They have the slows. Do they have the damage? They do. That shutdown gold. Flash burn off of Just, trying to stay away from the Fiora. It doesn't matter. He goes down. Ignite is down onto Austinoid. Billy Harold is just a little bit late, but he is here. He's going to try and help Sentient pick up another kill. It is huge. Everything just happened. 3 for 2 trade, and now they're going to push mid.
That's wonderful. You got 2 kills on your ADC. That's definitely where you want them to go. Ashe is going to be the one that has to carry these fights, and getting 2 more kills. And if you get that shutdown on Fiora, that would be amazing.
Absolutely.
That'd be 1,000 gold over.
Absolutely. We are already maximum there. 700 gold bounty on the Fiora. 7-0. That's godlike, almost legendary, and it's looking pretty good for Don't Gank Bot.
Yeah, it is. They've got a nice lead right now. They're snowballing. This Fiora is a monster. Yeah, if you're this Renekton, you just...
Oh, there's the Dominus.
That would be a really good kill if they could get it, but I almost think that she might be able to 2v1 him unless they get CC.
Yeah. Flash is down. Grand Challenge is down. There's our Mark of the Kindred. Just does pick that one up. And, they're in a good position for the Rift Herald. I think I can respect this play. It is on Vision, so they need to be careful. And they also need to do it very quickly because Baron spawns in 50 seconds. Teleports. This is going to be a big deal. Ultimates are down for both Galio and Renekton. Rift Herald is killed. I don't know who picked it up yet, and they just lost a lot. That's a double kill for Nethermorn. A lot of damage now from Illusory Gaming, diving onto Sentient. That's a 4-for-0 trade.
Yeah,
and
Sentient had to flash away from that engage, so now the flash is down. It's going to make it a lot easier to get on
they lost the Herald too. Oh, this is big for Don't Gank Bot. They're just going to shove this straight down into the inhibitor.
I believe Candy Bar was able to get the Herald with the Feather pullback.
Oh my gosh. And they lose their top tier 2. This was a massive swing for Don't Gank Bot. They pick up the kills, they pick up the Herald, they pick up 3 turrets plus the crash on the 4th. And they're in a pretty good position to set up for this next Drake.
Oh, nobody's clearing that mid wave. It might kill the tower. It was super low.
Galio goes back.
Okay, good. Galio was able to get back in time. I thought that wave was possible to knock that down. That'd have been bad.
Engage onto Nethermorn. There is still a turret there, so they can't dive too far. Mother Goose might be in some trouble, though. 1v3.
Ashe ult's almost up. Please no E-Girl support. That ult is not going to be up for this fight unless they can slow it down enough. But they're about to get collapsed on.
Galio ult is available. It is not cast because of the Nocturne. It's late now. He jumps in, gets some knockup, but he is going to go down as well. Another great fight for Don't Gank Bot. Did we see the last kill? It is. It's a double kill. That's 10, 0, and 1 for Mother Goose's Fiora. Do they get the top turret in response?
Yeah, as soon as I saw the Renekton top and Galio was still mid and they were collapsing onto the dragon, you just got to pull out of that one. You can't fight them if they're all there. The only way you win fights is if you're taking numbers advantage, and you still may not win depending on who you fight. If it's Fiora, you're probably not winning.
Right. No vision here on the Baron take. Don't Gank Bot are crying for the end of the game. Much quicker than our last one on the stream. We're at 21.5 minutes. That's a really quick Baron take. They've already broken into the base here, ready to just knock down that one turret into the inhibitor. Looking really, really strong.
The gold lead at this point is pretty insurmountable. You can't play safe though. You've got to push something. Like if you play safe here, you lose. So it's either take a chance, pull this game back, or just slowly lose the game at this point. But you've got to make a play.
And here is their first step in that. Objective bounty claimed on the mid lane turret. I think that was a great push after seeing that the Baron was lost. And I think you put your bot lane up on the top side. That's another really easy one. A lot of work from Amazing Pasta got that low.
Yeah, Fiora shoved in another turret in the bottom. No one's answering her at the moment. They're rotating over to get her, but like, what do you do though? I mean, she probably fights 3 people all by herself and kills them all, unless you can layer the CC on her and burst her out before that. But if you can't kill her immediately, you're gonna lose these fights.
And on top of that, she doesn't even have the Hull Breaker yet. Another engage here onto Just. Please no E-Girl is going to try and get something. Billy Harold in some trouble now. Stops a little bit of the damage, but that's already a double kill for Mother Goose. In goes Candy Bar with Ostazoid, and that name is hard to say. Ostazoid gets the charm. They pick up another kill. That's 3 for 0. They have the Baron. They're going to knock down this turret. Amazing Pasta is in some trouble. He needs to cast the Dom, and he just doesn't cast his ultimate, this guy. And now Sentient is the next target. He's going to go down. One more, and there it is.
Yeah, that'll be the game right there. They have all the waves pushed, so they don't have to wait, and they'll definitely be able to end before there's enough people spawn to slow them down. With the gold lead anyway, I don't think it would matter.
No, probably not. And there it is. Game number 2 in the hands of Don't Gank Bot. Well played to them, and congratulations.